Hello and welcome back to freeCodeCamp's Applied Accessibility section. This is wrap radio buttons in a field set element for better accessibility. The next form topic covers accessibility of radio buttons. Each choice is given a label with a for attribute tying to the ID of the corresponding item as covered in the last challenge. Since radio buttons often come in a group where the user must choose one, there's a way to semantically show the choices are part of a set. The Fieldset tag surrounds an entire grouping of radio buttons to achieve this. So we are going to look at that, the Fieldset tag. And it surrounds our entire grouping of radio buttons, often uses a legend tag to provide a description for the grouping, which is read by screen readers for each choice in the field set element. The field set wrapper and legend tag are not necessary when the choices are self-explanatory, like a gender selection. Using a label with the for attribute for each radio button is sufficient. Here's an example. So we have, let's stretch this out. We have a form. It goes down to right there. Within our form, we have our field set. The field set has this legend which describes this here. We have our input, which has its ID of 1. The label, which has the for, which corresponds to that ID of 1. We have the same thing here with 2 and 2, 3 and 3. And again, this is just to better organize our code so it's semantically viable as well as accessible to screen readers. As long as we're getting that, that's what these are all trying to show us. It's really important, not only, there's a lot of reasons that it's really helpful to do this. CamperCat wants information about the ninja level of his users when they sign up for his email list. He's added a set of radio buttons and learned from our last lesson to use label tags with for attributes for each choice. Go CamperCat. However, his code still needs some help. Change the div tag surrounding the radio buttons to a field set tag and change the p tag inside it to a legend. So we're just utilizing what we just learned. And that is over here, we have our div and our p tag. So first let's look for that div, which is here. They're being helpful by telling us, look at the code below here. This div can be a field set. And it ends right here with field set. Within here, we have our P that we want to describe as a legend, which will be way better than that P tag since the legend is accessible for the screen readers. And again, SEO loves this stuff. You want to be able to have a nice categorized site like this. Then we have, this also is really good for ranking. Ranking your site. Google likes it when you do this. They'll prioritize your site above other sites. If you're, well, also the algorithm is to take into consideration, but besides that, so we have our legend, which would describe what level ninja are you. We have our inputs within there, and then CamperCat already did it, the label which corresponds to each ID. So that's beautiful. We should be good. Let's run this. We did pass. And again, we don't really need to see this. It looked the same either way. What really matters is what's going on behind the scenes. The way that our site is appearing to the SEO, search engine optimization, also for people with screen readers for their accessibility needs. That's great as well. And as long as you're understanding that, you guys are getting this lesson. Here we did the field set. And again, let's just look at that real quick. It's good to repeat things. It surrounds the entire grouping of radio buttons, and it often uses a legend tag. I would not know when you wouldn't use a legend tag, but it says here it's often used, so there should be probably maybe some crazy reason why that wouldn't be sometimes. But look into that. Practice this, master it. See you in the next lesson.